Hi Gemini, this is Samantha from Insights Tarot, and I'm here to give you your general reading for the first part of March. This is a general read for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the 1st through the 15th of March 2020. Remember, if you're checking into matters of love, check your Venus sign, and if your Venus is in Gemini, you're in the right place, okay? These are general messages, okay, so they won't resonate with all of you. Take which messages do resonate, Gemini, and leave the rest, okay? I have two decks of cards here because there will be two rows. The top row is what's going on outside of you and around you, and the bottom row is what's going on inside of you. What are you thinking and feeling? Without further ado, let's go ahead and start your reading. So, what's going on around Gemini? What's going on in Gemini's life at this time? What's the most important for them at this moment? Okay, Ace of Swords pops out. And at the same time, my throat needed clearing, so I feel communication is highlighted for you at this time. Okay, what's going on for Gemini? The Chariot popped out simultaneous to the Death card. So big changes for Gemini. What's the bottom of the deck say? Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck. What's going on inside Gemini? What are they thinking and feeling? What is Gemini thinking? What's on their mind? What's in their heart? Okay, with the Page of Pentacles, it's under the Ace of Swords. Nine of Wands is under the Chariot, so again another movement card. Let's see here. And we have the Seven of Cups under the Death. And we have the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. So I start with the top row. What's going on in Gemini? Around Gemini, should I say. What's going on around Gemini? Well, you know, I think you're focusing on alone time right now. I think Gemini at this time is going to be more introverted than normal. So that gregariousness, that socializing that you typically want to do, the banter, that's going to really ease up. I think you're going to be more inwardly focused at this time, or focused on a particular issue. For some of you, you're not feeling well right now. Some of you could have laryngitis. For some of you, it's a sore throat. Some of you have lost your voice. Others of you, it's more bronchitis. It's in your chest. Others of you, it's taking time to heal after an issue has taken place. And even others of you, it's taking time to work on an issue that's currently going on. So a conflict around you. You're taking time to yourself to figure out what you're going to do. Because there's going to be a new start in your future here with the Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. But you're unclear how to get there. And you've got some decisions to make with the Two of Swords here. So I really do feel like you're taking downtime to figure your way through a current situation or mess. That's the major message. So for some of you, this is work related. You've got issues work related. Others of you, it will be legal. I have no legal cards here, but definitely feeling for some of you this could involve legal battles. For others of you, this is personal. This is with friends or with family or with a significant other. You're having issues. So, so we're going the whole gamut here, because some of you it's financial. You're having financial issues. You're struggling financially at the moment. Okay? So there's a gamut of messages there, and it's going to be different for different ones of you. Some of you it's health related matters. The overall issue is, or the overall theme here is, you're taking a step back to heal. Heal yourself or heal an issue, or maybe even both at the same time. So it could be mending your physical, mental, or emotional health. But it could also be taking that alone time so you can create a plan of action. I see some of you writing on paper. I see you actually taking notes or writing down all the things you got to do or want to do. So you're busy, or you've recently been busy. But what I'm seeing here is there is a stressful, I can't even say that this is a conflictual situation for all of you. For some of you, it's just a situation that stresses you out. And so I guess another message I'm got to put out there is, if you aren't currently dealing with health issues, with the amount of stress going on for some of you, be very careful not to push it too hard, because you might find yourself falling sick. So take extra self-care steps. Remember not to burn the candle at both ends, Gemini. For some of you, the matters at hand could be involving taking care of a sick relative. For some of you, it involves helping out a sick, ill, disabled relative, or somebody very close to your heart. For others of you, I get the sense that it has to do with housing, like taking care of properties. Or there could be some sort of tie-up in terms of properties. Properties that you own, lands that you own or that you rent. If you're a landlord, that you might rent out. But there are struggles there that are stressing you out. Again, different for different ones of you. So, again, it's about mending, repairing, and healing right now. That's the general focus at this time. So ask yourself, where am I needing, or what's going on in my life that needs it? Where's the focus at for me? Because each one of you will have something that's going on that you need to mend, repair, heal, focus on to do those things. Because you're wanting a new beginning, and that's where it's heading. To a new beginning, or a new next chapter to whatever story it is you're working on. For some of you, this is within relationships. Some of you are severing relationships at this time. Severing them. Now, this could be business. All business. Some of you are landlords and you're kicking out tenants, or you're severing contracts. Businessmen, the same. In terms of personal relationships, it could be trying to start over, with or without a person. Whatever way it is, you're doing it now with the Chariot here. You're moving into something new. And it will never go back. It'll never go back to what it was, is what I'm hearing. It's changed. It will never be the old way again. Something new is upon you, Gemini. So your health has changed it for some of you in a way. Or maybe the way you take care of yourself. Your routine around either one of those has changed and it can't go back. Something has changed. If it isn't health related, then it's work related. Or it's relationship related. And for some of you, it's financial. With the Ace of Swords, this is severing all ties to give you a brand new start. So, and that's beautiful. This is a victory card. So for some of you, definitely could mean a new job or the end of one job and the beginning of the next. For some of you, it involves moving. And truly, for some of you, it does involve moving. This could even be moving of residence for some of you. Okay? Or moving others in and out of residence. But with the Chariot, movement's highlighted. So, it could be physically moving, but it could also be just changing up how you do things. Remember, the overall theme is healing and repairing. And with all those swords, it's definitely making changes, purging. And fours typically do stand for homes and families and the foundation of life. And I'm getting the message that it's not just yours. For some of you, you're making the changes to other people's families, homes, and lives. You're either helping, or for some of you, it's the sad or unpleasant job of having to remove tenants that aren't paying, or slicing contracts, ending contracts. Some of the messages aren't very happy, but it's a necessary. Definitely feeling forward movement, though. Now, for personal relationships, I definitely I feel big changes for some of you on deck. Okay, this could be buying a new home together, buying a new car together. Definitely maybe moving into a new city. Something drastic changing. For some of you, it's legally oriented. For some of you, it's getting a divorce or getting married. Okay, big changes with the Death card. The Death card is the end of a way, an old way of being, so we can start something new. So, for some of you, it's you're ending being married, and you're going back to single life. For others of you, it's you were single, now you're getting married. Okay? For others of you, it's tie-ups in court revolving around money, bankruptcies, home foreclosures, anything, any judgments to do with money, anything to do with money could be in court at this time. And I feel like whatever the journey is for you, it's teaching you a lot of very valuable lessons. So, where are you emotionally, right? Well, I see you content. And I see home is on your mind in relationships. And I really feel like for you're wanting your ships to come in. Okay, so for some of you, it's, especially with the rainbow, it's definitely feeling like, for some of you, the hardest part is over. So you've went through the change, or you're just now working through the change. And you're wanting better days. You're wanting to make the mend or make the repair to a relationship. Okay, especially with the Five of Cups here. For some of you, it's walking away. You either recently walked away or you're thinking about walking away. And needing that healing with the Four of Swords before you have that new start with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Wands here, which would be a new day. It's you're in that process. Some of you aren't quite at that point, but that's what's to come. Remember, so we're all on different timelines, Gemini. That's because we all had different birth charts, right? We're all born at different times, in different years, in different places, in different countries. And that means we all have different timelines and journeys. So some of you have already gone through the massive change and are working through the other side into the new beginning. And some of you haven't even made it through the change yet. You're just now getting to it. But overall, I feel like the other thing I'm getting with this Ten of Cups is there's healing going on. You're healing yourself. And for some of you, it's issues on the home front. Or to do with the home. But it could also be your home as in your body, your temple. For some of you, you're healing your own physical health and well-being. For others of you, this is going to be to do with other people's homes. Helping others. You're happy to help others. Whatever the big thing is going on, even though it might be uncomfortable, I feel like at the end of the day, you know it's what is necessary. And you're doing what you know you have to do. Because there's a sense of like a relief sigh. A sigh out. A big deep breath in and a sigh out like, whoa. And that's for those who have gone through it. It's almost like I'm glad that's over. But you knew you had to do it. Whatever's going on in terms of this new beginning, you're overthinking the matter. Now, for some of you, you're overthinking it and causing yourself great deals of stress and anxiety. I just heard the word ulcer. So, some of you could be dealing with health issues revolving around ulcers or gas. Nevertheless, others of you, your thoughts are on planning. Creating a plan. Earlier I seen lots of you writing, so you're creating a plan, you're sticking to a plan, you're abiding to a plan, and a way will be made. So you're focused on creating or meeting your goals, creating your future and meeting your goals at this time. Happily so. Okay, even though it is uncomfortable with the Nine of Wands here. And this could be a situation that has hurt you, upset you. But you're moving on from it. It's underneath the Chariot. But both of these cards are about movement. In fact, that's part of the theme. You're moving forward. You're healing, repairing, and moving. Moving forward into a new beginning. Even though it was uncomfortable, for some of you, you're still in it and you're continuing to move through it. Okay, so think of the situation that has you the most uncomfortable right now. That's probably the situation that's that you're going to be moving on from at some point, if you aren't already. Now, when I say moving on from, let me just say, that doesn't necessarily mean moving away from. It could be just moving into another chapter. Okay? Again, different for different ones of you. Some of you will definitely be walking away and not looking back either. For others of you, it's definitely just moving into the next chapter. Whatever that might be for you. And you're hoping, you know, you're making the plans for your future. And you're thinking about your future. That's what's on your mind. And that's why I really feel like many of these changes you yourself made. Either because changes are either brought on and they're out of your control, or you make them yourself. And I really feel like for many Geminis, you've made some changes in your own life. If you haven't, you are. But there is a certain amount of you, a certain group of you, where the changes were out of your control and you're having to go through them anyway. Nevertheless, your thoughts are to the future, and you're asking questions like, how will this impact my life? What is the next step? And that's where this comes in. You're creating a plan. You're trying to move forward the best way you can. But you are moving forward. You're not staying still. This reading is definitely about movement. Now, it doesn't mean physical movement. For some of you, the movement is taking alone time and healing your own stuff. Your own physical, mental, or emotional health, or your thoughts. You're working on your thoughts, or whatever. You're taking self-care measures. So that's not, physical movement, but it's still movement. It's spiritually linked, or health and wellness linked. Nevertheless, it's movement. So right now, the highlights at this time are movement, repair, mending, healing for a new beginning. Okay, so you're working through some changes. Home seems to be highlighted. Now, this could be home as in your physical home, or the home of others, and or your home as in the temple, your body. Some additional messages for you. Purging is also linked here. Purging away people, places, things, ideas, behaviors, thought patterns, belief systems that no longer serve you. Could be one or many of those things. And it will be different for different ones of you. Spiritually speaking, meditation will bring answers for those of you enlightened enough to want to meditate or are on that path to meditation. I also feel prayers would be helpful here too. So if you don't meditate, praying would help. And secondary is to listen to your intuition. So you're being divinely guided right now to meditate and trust your own gut at this time. And the bottom of the deck said look for a sign, so I'll just bring that out. So, meditate, trust your own self and the judgments and the intuition that, the message is there, but also any of the signs brought on by a higher power. So, numbers, animals, lyrics in a song, music, clouds, the environment, stars, feathers, whatever it is for you, look for signs at this time, okay? And I'm being told to show you this, no need to worry. So look for a sign, there's no need to worry. Again, ulcer, I just heard ulcer for the second time. Some of you need gastroenterological, I guess. Please go to that doctor. The gastroenterologist, I think is what I just heard. And get a workup if you're having stomach issues. It could be gas related and have to do with ulcers. And it's stress related ultimately. Okay? So, those are your messages. I hope they resonate. Drop me a message. Let me know. How do these play in your life? How do these messages work for you? And if you happen to like the reading, how I read, the layout, hit the like and subscribe button. Love having you here. Hit that thumbs up too. YouTube notices when I get those thumbs up. So, if you hit the thumbs up, I deeply appreciate it. And thank you so much for stopping in and watching this video. Until next time, take care of yourself. Love and light always, Gemini. Namaste.